Shane Cashman said, gang stalker, went into Defango's past. I know Defango since 2016. And he has a checkered past of sorts. I'm aware of it. I had problems with him. We'll talk about it. But the claims made in this article went so far as to maybe being defamatory, even though they didn't call Defango out by name. In the end, the articles got pulled, and Defango's going to explain he played a part in it. The articles got pulled completely, and Timcast on their website blames the readers for misperceiving the content, because there must have been some blowback, people saying it was a puff piece, and then it just turned into conspiracy theories, basically, which was misperceived by the readers, this style of what they called gonzo journalism. So I'll show you that, and then we'll bring Defango on. He can explain, what part he played in it. But here's the article now. All three of them have been pulled down, and we might have an update now to whether these articles are going to be republished. But right now, this is the third part that had the featured section about Defango, calling him the gang stalker. It says, due to the fact that the gonzo journalism style of this series was misperceived by readers, the series in its entirety has been removed. We apologize for any inconvenience. So we're going after you. So you have update.
What is the over under on how long it takes for him to mention Thomas Schoenberger? He just joined the show.
Let's see. I got it.
Get your bets in, and then we'll find out. Do you think it's more than 5 minutes from now? More than 2 minutes? More than 30 seconds?
Set up right?
Yeah, I think you got it set up right. You can hear me all right, can't you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good. Nice to see you, Nathan. Now, you would have never expected that the gang stalker thing would have came back or whatever. I still remember when you were calling me that.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? So I know you, and I even mentioned that they were going to call you a gang stalker because of your affiliation with Shadowbox, which was with Schoenberger, because Shadowbox.
If you had 27 seconds, you're correct. And so 27 seconds in, Thomas has already been mentioned. And Tim Pool is the one who hosted this hit piece about Defango. So what I've been saying, my whole thing is, if you were Defango, wouldn't you be pissed at Tim Pool, pissed at the editor, the writer, any of the people involved in publishing this character, this defamation? But no, Thomas is the first person he names. But okay, that doesn't mean anything. So far, he's just mentioning him in the context of the story, I guess, right? Because Shadowbox has resurfaced in the news lately because of this article. So this article that was published on timpool.com basically says that Defango is a gang stalker, a professional gang stalker, a one-man gang stalker, a professional online stalker, and part of the proof of that was that he worked for this, or the primary piece of proof, the big bombshell in this article, was that he worked for Shadowbox, which Thomas was a part of. So it makes sense that Thomas would be mentioned in the course of this show, but you know, let's give it a chance. Let's see if he's mentioned again.
With Schoenberger, because Shadowbox. So you were affiliated with Thomas Schoenberger, who is actually a gang stalker, who does actually run multiple Twitter accounts and has actually well, shit, I got to be careful what I say, because
be careful.
You might try.
So I don't want him. He's already probably in your chat. I'm like spying one person.
So Thomas
I'm not even gonna mention
Schoenberger has a genuine checkered past that a lot of people say. Okay, I'll just say that there are people who say they've been gang stalked by Thomas Schoenberger. That's all. And I don't know anybody. I don't think I know anybody who says that you gang stalked them. Although, like you said you were going to come to my house once, so you did kind of stalk me once. So like it isn't.
That's not it. But I didn't have a gang. It was
Nathan's like, besides me, I don't know of anyone you've gang stalked.
just me.
That's true.
I was just gonna be like, I'm gonna come over. Come on, Nathan. I'm a regular guy. And plus, you live in California, so you don't have guns, so it's not like you're gonna shoot me.
Yeah, right. But well, we're allowed to possess. We're just not
In your
allowed to possess
homes.
anything fun. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
but
we're
nothing
not
like,
allowed to just. We're not
big and-
allowed. We're not allowed to just shoot, no questions asked, which is what I could do to you in like Texas or Florida, right?
Yeah, or Nevada. It's very clear to me that some people have been manipulated in the same way that, people were trying to manipulate me in the South Ridge story, and then, in subsequent areas like Thomas and shit. So we've basically kind of defined that these same people are the same ones that Thomas was associated with. And to us, it kind of seems that all this chaos that people are doing is actually more of a machination of that, because, I haven't been outwardly going after Tim Pool at all, really. I was mostly focused on the Eliza situation. It wasn't until like that third article came out that I started making like crazy memes about Tim Pool, like I'm in the Hunger Games or something like that. Sure, I put it on my thumbnails or whatever, but it was more or less just kind of following along with everybody else's thing at the time. And now that, I've found out that I've been the center of, Tim Pool's ire when he was talking about PR companies and bots and shit like that, he was talking about me, right? And that's, to me, is not good overall. I've lost contracts and shit like that I've lost contracts already because of this. So like,
yeah. Okay. So, I think what you're putting together is like he was under attack. Like people are sending, he's getting swatted over and over. He has stalkers. There maybe is. So you're suggesting that kind of there maybe is some kind of coordinated campaign to gang stalk Tim Pool.
Well, I mean, there has been one for a long time, like he's had a group after him. I'm just saying that ever since I came into the picture, I've just been noticing some of the same accounts and people that were after me are now, like fully in on this whole Tim Pool thing.
You are a bad person, but does that mean that you should take your own life? Never. 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 There's nothing that I think that Isaac Kappy could have ever have done to ever warrant him being executed or having to be taken his life and betraying the country. No. This is fucking sad. This is what gang stalking does to people. Okay? This is what the Unirocks, the Blowbacks, the Keemstars of the world, this is what they drive people to do. The Hoax Wars of the world, this is what their intention is. They do not see how damaging these things can be to people. And they'll willingly work with folks that are also working with that person just to defame them, just to make it seem like there's a little bit more fun going on. I mean, this is the reality of humanity, folks. You know what? I knew that he was having troubles. Trust me, I've talked about it very openly on the show, and I've been very clear about it, and I've tried to help him. But there's some people out there in the world that don't want to help. They just want to fucking hurt you. And they don't understand. Monkey Savant, Glow 2, Hoax Wars. These guys don't understand what they're doing is wrong. They don't have the empathy for other human beings to see that. They would much rather just make videos and make fun of people and drive them to suicide because they're like, well, if you don't want to suicide yourself, you could just get off the internet. But that's the thing, is that it don't fucking happen. We talked to Isaac Kappy before. I have an interview with him on my channel where I was trying to talk to him about this, and there's something he said in his thing that just makes me wonder. The Judas Iscariot thing. The Judas Iscariot thing, somebody else used to call me that too. His name was Thomas Schoenberger. Thomas Schoenberger seems to be the guy that got Isaac Kappy in here. Isaac Kappy talked a lot about Thomas Schoenberger as Thomas Schoenberger was putting him up to be the man that he was. If you know anything about my history with that guy, you'll realize that I was in a similar position, but good thing I had friends and family to help me through the course and let me realize that obviously this was just a person trying to put me in a really bad situation. If you don't believe me, just review the countless hours of video that we have situated. And to me, in this particular situation, I'm fucking pissed because I know what this is going on. There's no way that this dude would have said that stuff unless he was getting played out by the same evil motherfucker. Evil motherfucker. Like, he's the guy that got Kappy to start into all this stuff. He's the guy that got Kappy on the Lift the Veil show.